Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 18 here for the Abu Dhabi Tier 2 Grand Prix. And it's not just Abu Dhabi, it is the finale for Tier 2. Fortunately, both championships have already been completed. Bram won the championship last race in Brazil. And has won the constructors, I think, like back in like USA or something like that, if not earlier. So it's been pretty dominant for the Haas drivers, and they're about to finish 1-2, I think, this season as well. Depending, second place is still on the charts. It's Elder versus Semi K. Not sure what the points are gap, but I think Semi K should probably still have it anyway if he gets a decent result. I mean, I prefer to be on track right now. Obviously, Abu Dhabi is my favourite track by an absolute country mile. That doesn't only beat Dominic. Unfortunately, I was 2 seconds behind. But anyway, it is the finale of Tier 2. Tier 1 finished yesterday. It was Mercury's last race for STB. And as usual, he is unable to commentate for this race as he's been having work. He's really put back. But anyway, and we've changed the times for this drive, and it's completely cloudy again, like yesterday. It's completely overcast. For the third session running, it was completely overcast in qualifying yesterday, and it was completely overcast for the whole race yesterday, and it's still overcast again. So I am completely baffled. Not sure who will be the quickest around here right now, but I think this grid might be a little bit shaking up. So I'm a little bit unsure who is the quickest driver here right now. Bam looks quick in qualifying, but he's always struggled in the race slightly. So we'll see what the championship winning driver will do. Got K on the lap right now. He's decided not to use that curb on the inside. I tend to like mount that orange curb, try and cut a bit of corner off. Get it that way. He's not hogging the left hand side as much as normal people do. Use as much entry as possible, not really using the curbs that much. You really need to attack these curves on this track. Gain loads of time if you can just cut them perfectly. And he's not keeping it tight, it's keeping it wide. A little bit of time when you do that way. Nice. Side of 34.1, not exactly a great lap to be honest. It's okay. I think it'll be the third car to cross the same. Tommy Real, 33.0. Tommy Real did a 0.8 yesterday, I think. So he'll be looking to improve on that. Semi K also gets a 33.0. I'm expecting some of these guys to get into the 32s without too much issue. I'm not expecting anyone to go underneath the point, into the low 20, into the low 32s, as low 32 is Tier 1 pace. This hand literally stops on track and Timmy had to literally crawl past him and really hit him, trying to let cars through, which is the worst. This is the worst way you can let people through. Just drive and just let them through down the straights. Don't just sit outside the track for 20 seconds. Just messes things up. It's just an extra distraction for the driver. Just get out of the way on the straights and they've got nothing to worry about. Last thing they want to see is a car going 2 miles an hour and they exit into an entry of the corner. Bram Nelson coming across the line now, and he will set to 32.7. It's a brilliant in the bank lap for Bram Nelson. Already, I think that'll probably got him P4 in Tier 1 already. So, just comparison how quick that lap time is. Elder, sorry, Etienne. Elder gone for second contested run. 34.0 on the same mediums. It's a decent lap on the same mediums, I guess. think a good lap on the same mediums is probably a low 33. Well, I'll say from my pace anyway. If I was selling mediums, I would try and get into 32s on the same mediums, but I'm not expecting these sort of lap times for the Tier 2 drivers. Bit of a queue in the pit lane for the medium for the Williams guys. Got danger on a lap here, very slow for the hairpin. He's not using any of the curbs. He gains so much time by using the curbs, and people tend to avoid them, being a bit more safer. Sometimes in qualifying, you want to take the extra risk. Just gain an extra few tenths here and there. Very cautious. It's like it doesn't. It's clean. It's just he's clean, but he doesn't look like he's pushing though. It just seems like he's just taking his time. And they say that, and he's absolutely completely messed that corner up. So that's him out of any sort of decent lap engine like this. Excellent. On a set of softs. Locking up. On these into the start of sector 3, cuts the corner nicely. Taking a wide line, not exactly the best line. You want to take as tight as possible, trying to cut as much, take the shortest route possible. Oh, he's through the corner way too much there. Coming to take way too much entry speed into that corner. That's going to cost him a few tenths there. As he's having a double jab at the wheel, he's having a bit of a moment. Car's looking a little bit loose. A bit too aggressive. He's running out ERS, and he has done a 30p8, so it's not exactly the greatest of laps. Not many people have actually survived laps so far. Then again, I don't think many people came out. But that time's a bit mixed right now. But yeah, it's just a bit strange. There's a lot of people are running out of deployment into the lap. Personally, I like to put it into none through turn 4-5, which is a chicane and a hairpin that's like 52. It just, it just helps traction, and it just saves ERS just a little bit as well. It's the most least needing place to have that ERS. It just saves a little bit, and you can just use that little bit extra down into the after the last corner, as people tend to lose that deployment through the last corner. Let's go on Machado. Don't really see him much, so stay on board of him. See what the Racing Point driver can do. There's a few little facts. Oh, he's lost the rear end! Oh, it's a very common thing to do. It's a bit rare in qualifying, but he's got on the inside curb, which he should be. Oh, and a Ferrari. Oh, no, he's taking a different line. I thought he was going to the barriers, but I forgot he took a weird line. And what is he doing? He's literally going backwards down here. Why not just. Well, he's got plenty of room to turn around. Okay, now he's turned around. But, yeah, it's an easy one to do. Obviously, his car is a little bit sensitive on the rear. I mean, she should be able to get away with that in qualifying. In the race, when tires start getting worn, then fair enough. But in qualifying, it just tells you that you're just using a bit of a sensitive setup there. I had to make quite a few adjustments in my setup during the week. I was struggling myself as Mazda, using way too much. Now using that lap anyway. I've got Norris and say mediums. Why do many people going for mediums? Like, you gotta use these in the race potentially. That's a corner cut. Yeah. I don't know why people are using mediums. I want to be saving them if I was them. Save those set of mediums for the race if you need them. If tire wear is not good enough, then that's it. She goes 33.9 with an 8/10 to 7/10 of a gap from 4th to 3rd, so you've got that sort of leaders guys, and then you've got the rest of the guys after. Obviously Tamariel hasn't done all the races this season. Tamariel, if he did start the season, I honestly think he had a good chance of fighting for the top 3 positions, if not even fighting for the championship. So I know Tamariel's got very similar pace to the Haas drivers. Real DRS. I think for me, he was using quite late DRS there, opening it for quite a while. Got a little bit of slipstream from Van Nelson here. Van Nelson, I think, is not on the lap. He is on the lap, but Tomarel's just very close to us all. Unreal, so it's getting slipstream all the way down. It's going to get a little bit dirtier. Shouldn't hamper him too much. But he's going to get a little bit slipstream. But that being that close, it's just going to hurt. There you go, it's validated. So maybe a little bit dirtier would definitely probably didn't help there. We've got solid. Let's go back into Brandon Nielsen. Brandon Nielsen currently on the 0.7. That's already 4th place in Tier 1. Abu Dhabi, it's a very mixture of preferences on here. Some people like it, some people dislike it, some people really don't like it. Brandon Nielsen across the line, and he's a 32.4. That is what you call a smashing lap. He's going to be ridiculously happy with that. I think, if I was him, I wouldn't even bother doing another lap, because I don't think anyone's going to beat that. I mean, it's faster than my lap, so. But then again, my lap wasn't exactly the cleanest. It was I've got another 3/10 in my lap anyway, so I'm not exactly worried about that. It's one of the moments for Bram Nielsen. Dug deep. It's just if it gets it all right, the lap time will always be very quick. It's just whether you can get that lap time all in one in a single lap. That's something some people struggle at. You get one lap. The quicker in Sector 1, another lap the fastest in Sector 2, but the struggle in Sector 1, and another lap the fastest in Sector 3, but they're slow in Sector 1 and Sector 2. So it's just whether you can get the lap in. So obviously Bram Nielsen managed to get all those sectors in nicely. So now I see people are running out ERS. As I say, turn down on the ply tends to turn down the ERS deployment through turn 4, 5. And then out of the hairpin, knock it back into hot lap, and it just stops the car derating at the end of the lap. It just gives you an extra bit of tenths, a couple of hundreds on the end of the lap. Obviously, losing that ERS will cost you a little bit on power on that extra, that last bit of the straight towards the line. LD a 33.9, not exactly a bad lap. He's going for second consecutive lap right now. We do not want to use that curve when he's completely mess up the hairpin. He's going to keep going for it, so he's going to try and do another lap here. If I was him, I'll get to the pit lane as quickly as possible and strap on another set of softs, because, well, I don't know actually, he won't make it if he did. So Maldi's he's left his lap times quite late. It's definitely going to hurt him. Got Sammy K on lap. Got a slow Williams ahead of him. Nice, out the way. So how does it? You really want to get your cut these curves as much as possible. Don't nicely there. But interesting. A little bit of a struggle and turning. Maldi covering inside line. Oh! That could have been absolutely monumental crash if that went any worse. Maldi was covering inside and obviously did not realise how long it would take Semi K to get there, and it's completely screwed up Semi K's lap time. I'm not sure what sector time he did. He did a 39.8. It pretty much matched his first time, but he's 4/10 off Bram just in the second sector alone. So it looks like Bram absolutely nailed that second sector. Sector I actually struggled at in my lap, and I don't know why people run out of fuel. Just like, God, just add an extra kilo into the fuel into their car, and they're actually making it a bit lame. Yeah, 1 kilo is not going to make that much of a difference to your lap time. Look, it's for the amount of weight these cars have, it's not going to make a massive difference. Well, it's not worth running out of fuel, and that's a corner cut for Elder. It's only running out of lap. Don't know. Maybe E solid. Lap. Bram Nielsen's gone out again. I don't know why he's done that, because he's going to get pole anyway. And all he's doing is using the next set of softs. I find it's just kind of a waste, to be honest. So I'm a bit curious why he's done that. Doesn't need to go out again. He's got pole position. I don't see anyone improving over a second. And yes, we see Bram with a 132.4, but whether you have that pace in the race, as Bram does tend to struggle in the race pace. As Mercury once said, setups very good in qualifying, but they're a bit inconsistent, a bit weavy, a bit sliding in the race. And Solid cuts the corner too much there, gets invalidated. There you go. It's just a split of a second between getting it right and having the whole lap ruined around here. Some people don't like that. Some people love to be on that, just be on that edge all the time. It's Eddie Solid misses the apex there. See what else is on the lap. We've got Etienne also on the lap. See anyone else on the lap right now. Maldi, I think he's on the fresh set of softs. I think my timer is a little off by probably about a minute, as it sometimes is. And Aldair's cut chicane's very common place to do that. Etienne's managed to get P6. A big gap. We've got Tomaril, he got Mosley's of half a second off Tomaril, but then Semi-K is 6/10 off Bam Nelson. So they've got big gaps right now. Bam Nelson getting up to Tier 1 next season, I believe. He should be anyway. Oh, and this is going to be a bit of an awkward one. No, I don't like that. Even though Melody was on the lap, it wouldn't exactly make me feel comfortable. Next, slowing down, I don't know why he's doing that. Yeah, really slow. It's letting the runner through. I think he's running out of fuel, unless he's just trying to do something, I don't know. Still got 4 people that haven't said lap yet. People are struggling to get that laps validated. Oh! Charlotte is out. Exit at turn 3. We've obviously lost the rear, as quite commonly. People are now completing the laps. Charlotte's lap is done, he's run out of fuel. He obviously thought it was going to cross the line. So he carries on lap. And Nelson's got some traffic. Got Catter ahead of him, I think. Actually, that's Ben Nelson's back out of his lap. Sitting on that. So what Semi-K can do, he really tries to get the car turned into that corner. Gets around the last corner, he's running out EOS towards the line, and he's stuck it on pole! He's stuck it on pole, it's a 0.3 for Semi-K. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. These lap times would have been top 3 in tier, it would have been top 4 at least in tier 1. These lap times are brilliant by those two. Solid they also done a pretty good lap on 32.7. So absolutely unbelievable. But generally, when people have quick quali cars that can do that, generally the race car setup is not going to suit, or isn't going to suit the race as well. Because I've done it myself where I could have been doing 0.2s, 0.1s, 0.0s even not even on a more of a quality lap setup. But obviously when I adjusted it to make it a little bit more balanced and maybe a bit more easier for the race, obviously it's going to compromise a couple of tenths. So I've got a feeling these guys are probably using quite aggressive setups, so we'll see how they do in the race. Everyone seems to complete that. Maldi is in the top 10. P9, I don't. Maldi's shouldn't be too bad about that, but it's a second off P4, so there's big gaps around here. Normally it's quite close, but I think Abu Dhabi is just one of those tracks where it really separates the people who can get the lap in, and the people that can get the lap in very quickly, and the people just tend to struggle. Abu Dhabi is just one of those tracks where it can always bridge a bit of a gap. So yeah, it's 7/10 to P4. Well, here is your qualifying results for the last qualifying session of the season. It is Semi-K on pole, denying Bam Nelson as his last pole position at the end there. Got Solid in 3rd, Tomarino in 4th, Machado in 5th, we've got Mozo in 6th, Norris in 7th, Ekan 8th, Maldi in 9th, Welshie in 10th, and outside the top 10 and starting on fresh tyres, we've got Elder, Dangerman, Charles, Wax, Nick, Catter, and Nick and Catter unable to do a lap time. So yeah, Sammy K denied Bram Nillerton his pole position. At that time came out absolutely nowhere. I mean, the last sector looked pretty decent, but I wasn't expecting a 0.3. So, absolute blistering pace. These two looking to get into the tier 1 next season. And we'll see what people do on strategies. I saw some people using mediums in qualifying. So I think that's trying to steer them towards a one-stop, like Dominic did against me, which he managed to make it work. Although I did have a bit of an issue on my second stint. I did get held up and I made a couple of mistakes, which cost me a couple of seconds. So, but we will see if the one-stop is going to be chosen, or or the tier 2 stop. But if they do the 2 stop, if they did do some qualifying as mediums, they might want to go for the softs at the end, because I don't want to use those one set of mediums for their last stint. So maybe there's some people committing towards the soft, medium, soft. So maybe do the soft, medium, soft. Because the stretch shows mediums a little bit further. It just makes it a little bit more vulnerable to the undercut, but they'll be a little bit quicker at the end of the race. But it's all about track position sometimes. And if you can get past quickly enough, you can make the soft, medium, soft stint work. It's just whether you have the pace or not to keep those tyres a little bit live, the extra lap or two longer. I wish I could have done that, to be honest. I went on softs to the ends, but I didn't have a fresh set. Yesterday in tier 1, so it was a little bit more difficult for me to make that strategy call, if not. Yes, we've got the cars lined up on the grids as they set off the formation lap. Norris managed to get P7 on a set of mediums, so Norris, he could go for one stop. Could go to about lap 17. Lap 16 on a set of mediums, then pit for a set of softs. All the other guys can do that as well if they want to. Or they could go medium, soft, or they could go medium, soft, softs. It depends how long their tyres can last, how quick they can keep their tyres going, because even though the tyres can last quite a while, even longer than you think they can, they do tend to drop off quite early. So by the softs, after about 7 or 8 laps, the two tend to drop off quite a bit. Even though the softs can do about 13 laps, but it's whether you can keep that pace up and keep the tyres in a decent condition. Dominic managed to show that yesterday. If you just have the pace, keep in good condition, you can do it. So yeah, you can see for the 2 stop, soft, medium, 2 sets of softs and a set of mediums, or go on to 2 sets of mediums. So whether you prefer, we feel a bit more of a consistent, conservative, but a bit more tired that you can get there, or you can get a bit more aggressive. But then you'll be risking getting undercutted, if not caught out by tyre wear a little bit more. So there's 3 different types of strategies you can use around here for this race. As everyone is warming up their tyres for the very last race of STB on F1 2020. It's been a great time commentating. It's been a great time watching these drivers pounce their way through the track, trying to get as quick as possible, and commentating alongside these guys. Fortunately, I have done most of these by myself, but if I never got promoted into tier 1, there wouldn't have been a stream at all. So, I guess I got struck a bit of luck there. As they line up now for the final race of F1 2020 here in STB. It's been a great season. It's been a great year of league racing. We've got glitch start. Oh, and we've got a car gone. It is YX. I think we've had the usual where a car disconnects before qualifying and the AI goes before the start. And then now everyone else is gone. Everyone else has gone now. Now everyone else has set off. We've got Bram, a semi-case, held the lead of Bram Nelson's now from Mayo's gone wide. We've got Picard's having a bit of a twitch moment. And we've got Sven Nelson's managed to hold second place. We've got a Red Bull off at Danger Man, who is off at turn 1. It's almost 3 wide. Always a bit of a tap there from Bram Nelson and Solid. Solid is trying to hold it around the outside, which switches to the inside. Bram Nelson gives them a squeeze. And the Mercedes round! And the ghost thing has gone a bit weird there. And the car's got a bit glitchy, and Bram Nelson's managed to hold it as Etienne is going down the order. It's a terrible start for the Mercedes driver. We've got Bram Nelson's managed to hold in second place, but will he use that ERS to hold as Solid is using some of that overtake? Now it depends how well low the wings are using. Solid's going to try and go to the inside into turn 6, I think this is, turn 7. And he's gonna try the switchback move, try and combine Bram's now, but Bram doesn't want this. He's already lost 1.5 seconds to Semi-K, and this is only gonna hurt him, and Solid's gone very wide. No one going 3 wide this time. Unlike tier 1. So Wax's AI Wax has took control of his car, but he's not actually supposed to be there because his car, but he carried him about 3 seconds up the road. So it depends now. If I was him, I would slow down, let people through the through, because he's completely out of sync of where he should be. But Stomach should have no trouble. Maldi's already got a penalty, and they haven't finished lap 1 yet. So Wax is in the pits. What? He's in the pits, but he's going down the order. Oh, he spun it! Wax spun it! Unless he's letting people through. But, I don't know. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, I'm not sure. But that's sort of the way it should be. And Bram Nelson trying to make a move on Solid. I think Solid's managed to get past. I don't even know. Solid's having a really tough time keeping his rear tyres in check. Might be a bit warm. It's still a bit daylight. And Bram Nelson's just had to switch by exit. He's got some ERS to use. He's got a lot more than the guys around him. Maldi is in for the P5, but with that penalty, Maldi's going to make sure he can get a penalty for the rest of the race. YX has left the session. Oh, Solid's been spun around, and Machado has been caught up in that. And Maldi's looking to get pounced on the Brazilian driver, as we've got some yellow flags still on turn 1, as I think Van Nelson's managed to get P2 back, but now there's a 3-second gap to Semi-K and Bram. I believe Semi-K was gonna win last week, but he got caught in the collision. There's like 2 yellow flags going on right now, so I'm a bit unsure what's going on. Kata's on a set of hards, 30 seconds behind everyone. So there's been some sort of collision somewhere. And I hope these yellow flags go, because I don't think they're supposed to be there. Maldi needs to stop track extending. Moss got the second person to get a warning. These guys are getting warnings on lap 2. Like, these guys... I know it's a bit harsh, but you shouldn't be getting warnings this early on. Solid's got one as well. These guys are pushing too hard and being a bit scruffy here. And it's going to cost them. Kata's also up. What's going on here? I mean, I'm not exactly the best person to avoid penalties, but I managed to get 2 in 1 lap, and then that was it. I didn't have anything else for the rest of the race. And they're still getting yellow flags in the last corner. Solid's setup is Twitch McGee. He's got no rear end grip in that car. That car is set up for qualifying, not the race. You can just tell, because he's gone now. Solid's setup is just not meant for this. I don't know, it's Machado's AI. I don't even know anymore. It says Machado's a lap down, but he's just overtaking Solid. So I'm a little confused what is going on. This lobby is a bit glitchy right now. I think he is. I don't know. Kata's not got a fighting penalty. Kata's retired. Kata's had a catastrophic last half of the season. He's struggling to start race. Oh my god, it's 3 wide. It was almost going to be a tier 1 there, but Machado does not have the grip, and I think there might be a bit of disconnection issues actually that's going to do that. Essie Maldi's up at the P3. Maldi's up at the P3. He's got that penalty, but Maldi's up at the P3. It's a Semi-K Bram and Maldi dream podium right now. Maldi has some race pace, He's using my setup, so we know he's going to be quick. I mean, if I finish 2 seconds behind Dominic, Maldi should have no trouble breezing past people. So, if he's using my setup, he'll have my race pace. Machado, first one to dip into the pit lane. Might want to take that overtake off. Very early. He's only done 3 laps on those tyres, so. And we've got 2 wide here. We've got Tommy Real going side by side with Nick and Il there trying to do it. Tommy Real had a poor exit. And Tommy Real, he was fighting for the podium at the start of the race, who is now down in P9. So Tommy Real's actually doing worse than he wasn't doing it in Tier 1. A bit like Danny last time in Brazil when he decided to do Tier 2 in Brazil, and Tommy Real's struggling. I don't know what Tommy Real's doing, but he's having a lot more harder time doing it in Tier 1. Small yellow flags, being a little glitch here, not sure what's going on. I think Kata retired. That's Kata retiring. Oh, Mozza's out! He's crashed, I think Mozza crashed in the pit lane. Mozza's crashed in the pit lane, I saw that on the map. And it's brought out the safety car. I think this is massive now for the people that are started on softs. For people starting mediums, this could have screwed the people that are on mediums up. I mean, people on mediums, if I was on the mediums right now, I would think switch to the one stop. Because you can stretch those mediums a little bit longer. Then you can get a bit longer. You can get the softs and comfortably do the one stop. If I put people on the softs, I would hit for a set of mediums. And then go mediums to the end. So, it's a safety car because Mozza does not know how to do the pit lane. It's a strange exit pit lane for here in Abu. We've got Semi-K in the pits, got Bam in the pits. Bam will obviously get held a little bit. Maldi's also in the pit lane, and they're all going to go on a set of mediums, I presume. Semi-K on set of mediums. Bam's going to get a little bit held up, it's going to be a bit delayed. This pit stop is going to be on set of mediums from STB Maldi. Just got out to the header before the Renault got there. That was absolutely critical. And look how close Maldi is to Bram. Bram definitely got held up there. Bram barely getting ahead of Maldi. So, people still out there. And Norris has got disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. What? Is car still here? He's still going. Did he overtake the safety car? It said he I really don't know. It's saying Wax is first, but we all know he is not first. He's down in 14th. This is one glitchy lobby right now. Very, very glitchy. It said Norris had got disqualified, but he's still going. This guy's gone past the safety car, but it said Norris disqualified, ignoring the flags again. I'm really confused. This lobby here is. Wax is now disqualified. I am at this time. It actually is a disqualification. I am baffled. Absolutely baffled to what the flying fish has just happened. Hopefully that would actually fix the lobby, because Wax was actually the one that screwed it up with the disconnection before the race started. So hopefully that should fix it. Dangerman somehow managed to get a penalty under the safety car. So Norris currently leading the race. Hasn't pitted yet. He's on the mediums, so it's one of these medium races. A couple of these medium runners have pitted. Only a couple of them stayed out. I don't know why people pitted when on the mediums, because those hards are very useless. So Nick's gone to his hards, so they could probably go to the end. But they're just so slow. They're like 1.2 seconds slower than the mediums. Like, yeah, but it's just better to get on a set of mediums and then go on to another set of mediums or set of softs. And then you'll be like 2.5 seconds a lap faster. Even on a fresh set of mediums, you'll still be 2.5 seconds a lap faster in those hards by the time they get to until those people hit. You mean you're able to catch up 20 seconds in about 10 laps. So, that means those hards are not the tire to go for. Wait, Norris is still going? I don't know. Norris is still going. But Semi-K is behind the safety car in P2. Norris is still going. He's ahead of the safety car. Semi-K is trying to get past, but Norris is just flown away. Norris is... Okay, his lobby is completely utterly screwed. I don't know what's going on. I am really baffled for what's going on. Because I don't think Norris is supposed to be ahead of the safety car by 25 seconds. Does Norris know this is happening? I really don't know what's going on. Nick's in the pits again. For some strange reason. He's now going for set softs. No, set mediums again. I'm just trying that for. I don't know why he's doing that. Really don't know why he's doing that. But I don't know what's going on with Norris. Might be another lap of the safety car, but this is definitely a glitch, obviously. Norris is 44 seconds now ahead of the safety car. He's going through the third sector as these guys are coming out of the hairpin. I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if Norris is conscious of what's going on. Does Norris know what's going on? Because he obviously knows something's not right. If he's 50 seconds ahead with the people behind the safety car, surely he knows that something's not right. Because if this is the case, Norris will have to be unclassified from the session. Because he can't just win the race by a minute. It's not fair to the drivers, and it's completely irrelevant. Safety car's in this lap, but Norris is going to be about literally nearly a lap ahead by the time the safety car comes in. Can I say, Semi-K has got a lot of time to set up the safety car restart, because the safety car restart is gone for the third sector, but we know how big this third sector is. He's got a good 30 seconds to wait for that safety car to go, but it is quite a slow section, so the safety car won't pull away as quick as you think it would. But Norris, who is completely unaware of the safety car, who is 1 minute and 12 seconds ahead now. Doesn't he know about the safety car? Because it said he got disqualified earlier on. So I'm seriously confused. But Semi-K, who I think is the actual leader of the race so far, is now setting off, and the safety car is now back in the pit lane, and off they go. It's green flags once again. We're gonna have to ignore BHR Norris in the lead, because he's obviously not supposed to be there. We've got Semi-K currently leading the race. We've got Danger Man, who's not pitted yet. Bram Nilsson is going to look to get past him as quickly as possible, because he's already 2 seconds behind us anyway already. Danger Man is, we all know he's not exactly going to be the top. He's missed the hairpin. Bram Nilsson's just completely out-tracked since then. He's got nothing to, TSR Danger Man's got nothing to ask for. Not sure why. He's got a ton of venom from SC and Maldi. Maldi trying to get his way past Dingy, and he's just going to get squeezed out of record, isn't he? Maldi had to try and cut the close much possible, but Maldi's got the traction on Tommy Real. Tommy Real is getting absolute. Not Tommy Real. I'm not saying Tommy Real for. Dangerman's getting absolutely swallowed up. Sally's now trying to get past Maldi. Maldi's just giving the position to Sawyers with a plate of silver. As Maldi then tries to stick it inside, but no, Solid's got the line there. He's got the inside line for the next corner. Maldi's actually gained the position, then he's lost the position. And now Dangerman is getting overtaken by Tomaril. Dangerman's lost 4 positions on the restart. Or 3, if I'm far wrong. I'm not a big fan of the off-board shots on this track, to be honest. It's indicated it's the fastest lap of the race at 37.0. Gap's always spread out a little bit on the lead. And Nelson's already 2.3 seconds behind. That just proves how much Dangerman's hurt Bam Nelson. Seems to be semi-cage track right now. Solid. Doesn't seem to have any grip issues as of right now. Maldi is very close behind him. No DRS as of yet. Still one more lap to go before DRS is enabled. SF Felipe has joined about an hour, but about 45 minutes too late. Maldi got the slipstream. He's got a nice slipstream here. He's not using much overtake. He thinks about it. He's going, I'm going to wait for the next straight. But again, like I got no DRS, so Maldi, he's going to choose when to go. He can wait until DRS, but if that's going to happen, he's going to hope Solid stays out of DRS off Bram Nelson. Bram Nelson is currently struggling to match the pace of his teammates. Just lost another second for that. Maldi's got another penalty. Maldi's at second penalty. He was calling me a cheating, corner cutting bastard when I showed my lap on Twitter, but I don't think he really could talk himself, to be honest. Tomaril finally got past Dangerman. Dangerman's just falling, but Dangerman's going to be in the tyres. That's a very wide line. That's not exactly the best line to go through there. That's a guaranteed warning. There's more yellow flags. There's a Red Bull off at Charles. Charles, he's not sure what happened to him. He's teleporting all over the place. And he's left the session. So I don't know what's going on there. Etienne's a bit far back. I'm not sure what happened to Etienne. The yellow flag's now been cleared. Norris still 1 minute and 8 seconds ahead of the leaders as Norris now pits from about a minute ahead. DRS is now enabled as Norris actually does start the lap. These guys are actually having to do an extra lap without DRS because of Norris. Because Norris didn't start his third lap until later. These guys having to do another lap of DRS, but DRS is should be now enabled for these guys, I think. Nope, still no DRS. Because these guys haven't actually done their lap yet. Or haven't done the extra lap that they need to do. So they won't get into another lap after. I don't know what's going on with Norris, to be honest. Oh, an amazing point slot at the rear end. Nichado's lost the rear end and he's creating some havoc for these guys. He's at the 2 cars past. Nick's managed to get past Dangerman. Dangerman's fallen. Dangerman spun. Dangerman has spun after losing multiple positions. He's now retired. He's given up. He thought, you know what? I don't have the pace. I'm just going to give up now. I spun around. I'm no way I'm going to get back in this race. And if that can create another safety car, hopefully that might actually fix it. I honestly don't know what Norris has done to do what he's just done. But no safety car for the retirement. Charles is in AI, so no retirement going to be for him. Machado's in the pits only after 6 laps, says Walshy. There must be some damage here. Because they've only done a few laps on their tyres. So yeah, front wing changes for them. Now they've finally got DRS, got Maldi DRS behind Solids. Tomaril's also behind. Maldi's not using any overtake, it's just you letting the DRS do its work. Is Maldi going to move or is he going to back out? Maldi is going to go for the move. He's going to go up the inside, but he's going to have the outside for this corner. He's going to lock Solids through. Solids then has to have. Maldi's got DRS, so Maldi has played this beautifully. And he's so it's 3 wide. It's 3 wide coming into the sector here wide, but Maldi's back to back out. Maldi's actually won a loss out of that. I don't know how Solid managed to get ahead of Maldi, because Solid didn't have any DRS, so I don't know how Maldi ended up losing much from outside of that. So Tomarillo and Andy end up coming out of out of that, and it was a little bit of a replay of yesterday, but there's a dust to that last time was having to a bit of touchies, and cars were had to go wide, and yeah. As long as I didn't do what I did to Tom Tabrina World last season in Tier 1, we're good. So, Tomarillo got a double overtake. Oh, as I say that, he's got another penalty, so we're going to help him. As they all missed the curb. That camera's opened the cars to go underneath. And then the cars went over the curb, so there's no cars going over the curb. So Maldi was ended up being the biggest loser out of that. And Bram just does not have pace to keep up with Senike. Bram's lost another second to his teammate. They'd say Bram, he just tends to struggle a little bit more in the race compared to qualifying, and he's proving that point right now by losing time to his teammate. Tomarillo apparently is a lap down behind Bram Nelson, which you all know that's not the case. It's been a very buggy race so far. I don't know why, but I'm really tired. Elder on DRS on Nick. Not close enough as his track's in there. Mosler's retired after all this time. Elder's got a penalty. Not going to help him with his battle against Nick. Race has died a little bit, you know, and this race doesn't seem to have the same thrill as Tier 1 so far. I think the safety cars actually made the racing worse because of this glitch with Norris, and it's created a little bit of weirdness within the cars, and the gaps got a bit funny, and everyone was a bit out of order, and it just seemed to create a bit of gaps in between cars. And that's what Dangerman did with Bram Nelson. Bram Nelson lost 2.3 seconds behind Dangerman before he managed to get past out after the safety car. And it's hurt him massively. And Maldi's got his third penalty. At this rate, Maldi's going to be having about 18 seconds of penalties at the end of this race. Maldi, DRS on Solid. Solid struggling to keep up Tomarillo. Tomarillo, we know he's got pace. Maldi's going to get on his side. He's an ambitious move here. I don't think Solid's going to fall for the trap of last time. This time Solid will have DRS, and Maldi's I don't think will bother, because he's just going to get swallowed past. Yeah, eaten up for breakfast. Maldi has been left for chips. Maldi would prefer to eat those chips, as he probably would. In fact, no, he would. Solid is apparently 17 thousandths off Tomarillo, which we all know is complete and utter BS. This is so buggy. You're like, come on. This bug. I swear I haven't seen this bug before. This is a bit of a new one. Yeah, it's a bit curva. This lobby tonight. Anyway, it's getting darker. Maldi be going inject it. Look at the nights closing in. I think Maldi's got all these penalties. He's too busy looking at the time change than anything else, to be honest. Too busy daydreaming into the stars that are going to keep peering out. I say stars, but there's quite a lot of lights around here, so I don't think that'll be possible. Chardo's gone to set hards, but I don't think exactly the way to go. I'll just stick on the set of mediums to try again for the end. Just the mediums can make it to the end from lap 12. In fact, they can make it from lap 10. Good. So the gap seemed to fix itself from Tomarillo. Bram unable to catch up to Simike. Aldi got DRS solids, but it's too far behind. And apart from that, this is literally Maldi's the only one that's got DRS on anyone. Everyone else is over a second behind. I believe Norris is lapping cars already. It's like 15 and Norris is lapping cars. Ugh, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how the guys are gonna figure this out in the championship, because Norris is obviously not meant to be there. Why is that dip in the road? I don't get this game. As we look on from the only fight he's on here, Maldi has lost DRS to Solid. Nick is now within DRS of STB Maladi, or also known as Maldido. Bram just losing time to his teammate. Seems to be struggling to get the time down. Watching these guys, they're probably pit, probably in the, I mean, the safety car might help these guys in terms of tyre wear. So these guys might want to stretch into softs. As now Nick makes his move on Maldi. Maldi's got nothing to ask for. But Nick will have DRS on side, so no hope. Maldi defends. Oh, sorry, defends from Maldi, should I say. Maldi taking in the voyage, doing a bit of exploration of the island. Solid is now all over the back of the Ferrari. I tell you that Nick is actually overtook Solid, which I didn't even realise, to be honest. No clue how I missed that. Van Nilsson, very early pit stop. Even though it's been a safety car, his tyres are going to be like 30 laps old. He's still going to go on set stuff anyway. I don't think he had a fresh set of softs. See what I mean? If Bram didn't go out on the last stint on his softs, he would have had a fresh set of softs. He could have gone a couple more laps, stick a set of softs on, and bombed it. But because he doesn't have a set of softs, he's ruined himself. And he's messed up the strategy. And I think that's what Sammy K is going to do. He's going to do a couple more laps, get onto a set off. It's a very early slap. It's a very early pit stop for Bram. I'm expecting him to go to at least lap 27. Because the tyres have only done about 10 laps. Plus the safety car, so there's actually about 8, they've done about 8 laps of actual race of running. So it's I don't know why he's done so few laps. Because he's now lost a lot of positions. Obviously he's not in any traffic right now. There's got a bit of fights going on here. No, that's just the timing being a bit weird. But you have got Nick and Solid side by side. Nick squeezed Solid. Oh, Solid's round. Nick has just shoved Solid off the track. Solid had all the right to be up the inside, and Nick did not give him any room, and that's just ruined Solid's race. He's lost 2 positions, and they're probably about 6-7 seconds. So Solid's race, we'll have to look at that later on, because Nick has just ruined Solid's race. Should have gave him some room. Solid had all the right to be there. He had more than enough car to be alongside. To be honest, if I was Solid, I would have just gone off the track, slowed down a little bit, and just put the team back behind him. To be honest. But that's just ruined that battle. Maldi's in the pits as well for setting mediums. I wonder if any of these guys are going to stretch these mediums to the end or not. But I don't think any of them will. Maldi will get a bit of an undercut. Sammy K actually just go for another lap. We've got Etienne Solid battling it out now. Solid's trying to get some positions back, but Etienne just has that DRS and he's just pulling back ahead. I don't know why Solid tried to fight that, because he didn't have DRS, and all he's done, he's strained his overtake and still lost the position anyway. But Etienne had a bad exit. Solid doesn't have much ERS left. Etienne has a bit to spare. Solid has now run out of ERS. Etienne has still got some ERS to play with. But Solid with that DRS is going to go around the outside. He does not want to replay what he's done before. He's got the he's ahead of Etienne, so he can keep that inside line and he can actually take the corner. But now we've got Bram Nilsson. He's had caught these guys up. He was 5 seconds behind these guys. He's now right up their asses. Bram Nilsson's going around the outside of the double left-handers coming towards the hotel section. Around the outside he goes. What a move from Bram Nilsson. The cut absolutely. He took all balls in his hand. And he's just thrown him out the window and screw it, I'm making that overtake. Probably the weirdest phrase I've probably ever made, and I probably will never say it again. But I've said it anyway, and let's keep on going. Bram Nilsson up into 6th place as Solid. So that's Solid. Etienne pits onto a set of softs. A little bit early, I would say. I mean, 11 laps on a set of softs is possible, but it's a bit earlier than you would want to. I don't know why, because those soft mediums, and there's a Williams round. That's Norris. Norris is spun. A minute in the lead and he spun by himself. No clue how he managed to do that. I wonder if he's going to get bored being that far ahead. And he's only done 6 laps in those mediums. He's pitting again. So I don't know. And we've got Etienne is now fighting Solid. I'm confused. Oh no, sorry, it's not Etienne. It is Etienne. It's Tommy. Oh, sorry, it's Tommy Real that pitted onto the soft. It's not Etienne. Got mixed up between the two Mercedes there. But Etienne's all over the back of Solid. Solid's managed to get back past. Etienne's got more ERS. Etienne's low on ERS now. He's using DRS. He's got a lot of overspeed on Solid. He's going to be on the inside. He is. It's going to be contact. There is contact. Oh, Etienne's caught this. He tried to catch the car, but Solid was already there, and Solid's had to cut the corner, and has kept the position. I mean, I think Solid shouldn't have to give the position back because he did get forced off the track there, so Solid, I don't think there's anything wrong. There's more yellow flags. Machado's out. He's retired from the session at the exit of the chicane, and it's a virtual safety car. So it is a semi-K. Obviously, he's already pitted. Elder is going to get a free pit stop. Oh, and I think he's into the barriers there. Nick has got a free pit stop here. He's going to gain a bit of time through this. Etienne's got a physical time penalty. So these guys here are going to gain a little bit of time. And they're going to set soft. So those guys are going to be rapid coming to the end of the race. And the virtual safety cars come out. Perfect timing for these guys. So these guys that pitted early have lost their chance. And Etienne's actually got a wing damage out of that. So virtual safety car is... Bram Nilsson! Bram Nilsson! Bram Nilsson has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car! This is massive! This is Bram Nilsson probably going to be out of the points. Bram Nilsson's had a disaster. It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster for Bram Nilsson. Luckily, Bram Nilsson has already got the championship in the bag, but this is absolutely horrendous news for Bram Nilsson. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know how buggy this lobby. We know how buggy this lobby is. I don't know if it actually was legit. I mean, I am going to check. He has got a drive-through. It actually is a drive-through. This is absolutely unbelievable. Bram Nilsson's just trying to gain as much time on his teammate, and it's cost him dearly. Watermelon water is not exactly the nicest flavour in the world, to be honest. Anyway, lobby's cooled on a bit. We've got Nick 6/10 behind. If I was Bram, I would do this. I would have pitted now if I was him. He's going up for another lap. He wants to keep going. He wants to see if he can keep. I'll tell you that. He's lost about half a second. Case High is only a couple laps older. Younger, sorry. But he's only lost like 6/10. Just I don't know. Bit of a weird race for him. Norris has got a penalty, but we all know he's just absolutely knowing anyone. Got Nick, got DRS on Tommy Real. Too far yet, but DRS will get him nicely to set him up for the next DRS straight. Obviously, Nick wasn't anywhere near Tommy Real before the pit stops, but after his virtual safety car, it's now right up his ass. Oh, I said the fastest lap of the race with a 35.4. A lot faster than it was in Tier 2, but that's because these guys are on a fresh set of softs. Toriel runs wide. Dominic unable to overtake. Maldi, I think, is going to be on the back foot now. With everyone around him is on a set of softs, and Maldi's got a few penalties as well. But I think Maldi should probably still have P8 in the bag at least. Ekan's 10 seconds behind with his own penalties. Semi-K's got a penalty. Semi-K's got a penalty. It's absolutely crucial. I mean, he should still win it anyway, but if Bam Nelson didn't have a drive-through, Bam Nelson would have a chance of winning because of Semi-K's penalty. And Bam Nelson's lost it. Bam Nelson, if he did not get a drive-through, he could have had a chance of the win. As Semi-K has got a penalty. Bam Nelson, I don't believe, has a penalty. He doesn't. He's going to come out in P7 on set, and he's on older set of mediums. These guys are on fresh set of softs. So let's see what Bam Nelson's pace is like against the guys around him on a set of softs. Will he be able to catch up? Will he be too slow? The soft tyres will be a lot quicker. They'll be about 6, 7, 8 tenths faster than those mediums, as they are fresher as well. Let's see that gap. I say that we've got Aldair fighting for 5th place with STB Maldito. Maldito losing that position as per usual. Doesn't have a pace on those medium tyres. Aldair on those softs is just going to have so much more grip, so much more speed, so much more pace, so much more confidence, and doesn't run wide. Bram is losing time to, lost a bit of time to Aldair there. Bram, only person I can really see him overtaking on track is STB Maldito, but it's 3.5 seconds to the McLaren driver. Tamarilla's got a penalty. This could be massive. I think they're fighting. Oh, and that's Tamarilla in the barriers at turn 2. What? That's a very strange place to have an incident. Always as dangerous as this. I don't know what's going on. AI's been a bit weird. But Tamarilla was out of any sort of podium chances for him now. It's going to be a strange podium. I don't even know what the podium's going to be. Because Norris being there and taking advantage of this weird glitch where he's actually ended up being a minute and 14 ahead has kind of made the podium a bit strange. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I mean, I should probably maybe get Semi-K in. Might get Meld in as well, to finish off the end of STB for F1 2021, as we will be next season, we'll be on the new game. That's a colour cut. Full neck. A big one, in fact. And Nelson somehow managed to catch 3 seconds in this team, Aldi. Not sure these guys just want to have their little fight for his last few laps. We've also got EBE solid catching them up on a set of softs. So these guys are going to close up. It's a bit open now. It's the only battle on the whole track now. Look at the cars. I can see on the map. There's cars spread out everywhere. This race has kind of died, to be honest. I think the safety cars ruined it. The lobby's been bugged out since lap 1. Ever since YX had the disconnection and his car went, it's been bugged out since. And Solid literally has no ERS left at all. As Bram Nelson is up inside of SE Maldi, coming through the chicane. We're going to the second DRS straight. Maldi will then have DRS on Bram Nelson. Maldi has absolutely brilliant traction, and Bram can't do anything. Bram's got no answer. Maldi's showing his pace here, showing that, nope, I am the Bandido of STB. Land it. I don't know what these cameras are, because, yeah. Solid's catching to the back of these guys. Being on those fresh soft tyres. Nearly B. Still trying to find his way past SCB Maldito. He's going to have a second chance into the next DRS zones. Still 5 laps to go. Then we get Bram has no penalties. I think Bram might, I say he might have a chance to get P4. He's 14 seconds behind. Should be an easy move, I think, for Bram Nielsen. A little bit more overtake than Bram. He's not using any of his overtake. And he's got the move done on SCB Maldito. Lily B has got the move done, but Maldito will have DRS on Bram. Sides will have DRS as well, but he's got no overtake. He's got no DRS left. So I don't think he's going to get any trouble either. Maldi around the outside of Bram Nilsson. Lily B will hold a position as a Sides out of nowhere. Sides just got both of them. Sides has just made a double overtake. He's just done a Mercury 2.0, maybe not as good, but it's another double overtake into that section. Absolutely amazing stuff. But Side's like, you know, I'll take advantage of this. Thank you very much. I'll take those 2 positions if I don't mind. Nearly B and Maldito won't be like to be shown out like that, as Bram Nilsson Nearly B has got his first and only penalty so far. Tends to happen as soon as you start losing your rhythm and your consistency, you start to make more mistakes. You make more mistakes, you make penalties. As soon as you get penalties, it makes the position worse. Can Nilly B hold on to Solid? Because we all know Bram has got less penalties, and the Solid's only got 1 himself. But Nilly B is going to get ABE. Solid literally has no RS. So it's just an easy pickings for the Haas driver. It was a bit of a corner cut there. Trying to do the switch back move. He's got a lot better traction on those softs. Mediums are 8 laps old, the softs are 5 laps old, so the softs are starting to get wear, should be very similar now. So the softs will still be quicker, but in terms of wear, it should be quite similar. But all the softs will just give them an extra grip naturally anyway. The mediums can do about 12 laps before having any issues. The softs can do about 8-9 laps before having issues. I'm Nilly B up the inside of Solids into the hotel section, not the castle section. It's definitely not the castle section, Bram. Like you said in Tier 1, it's not the castle section, it's the hotel section. Probably about hundreds of years between the difference in build time, when it was built. Maldito, looking on. Bram is weaving on the straight, saying, I've got a position. Nah. Try and beat me if you can. Solid is still low on his ERS. Bram's got a bit more. Bram's got a bit more to use. Solid's got a penalty, so this might. Oh, Bram! Massive slide. Massive slide out of the hair into the hairpin. Bram Nilsson has got the move done on ABE Solid. AB Solid has got new ERS left. But STB Maldito is looking on the back. Bram is just struggling a little bit to pull away. STB Maldi's all over the back of Solid. Solid's got no EOS. Maldi's looking to make this opportunity work. Solid does not quite catch up to Bram. Maldi's trying to make a move. Solid's going to go up the inside of Bram. Maldi has to back off. Maldi's gone. There's a bit of lag there. Oh, there's a touch. Touchies. Bram holding on the position for now against AB Solid. Nilly B versus ABE versus STB. And Bram's just thrown away. He's used his overtake, and Solid doesn't have any power without his overtake. He's got no ERS. And he's got overtaken by STB Maldito. And he's going up the side. Oh, that's not. Oh, he took the bar out. He's caught it so much that he could have the bar out. Yeah, I don't think they supposed to go up inside there. This is just turning into a nice little entertainment. It's just creating a bit of entertainment for the last race in STB. It's been a bit of a dead race, to be honest. It's been a bit of buggy lap. Norris has pulled out. The semi-K's had the most boringest race ever. Nick has just somehow managed to get into third place, got a bit of stroke of luck, and Elder under the virtual safety car. Bram's having a bit of fun for the end of the season. Solid is just unable. Nilly B has more ERS than STB Maldito. Maldito has DRS, but ABE Solid has got DRS as well, but he's got absolutely no overtake at all, no ERS at all. Battery flat. A bit like the batteries they're trying to use in the workshop. They're always flat. Never seem to have any juice left in them at all. Bram has that ERS. I don't even know. His lap says lap 38, but actually this guy's actually on lap 27. So he's actually got another lap to go yet. Rails AI. If that's actually Welshie, I think Welshie's nearly going to get lapped. He's about to get lapped by Norris if he doesn't keep up the pace. Done 15 laps on those mediums, so fair enough. We've got Nilly B still ahead of STB Maldito. ABE Solid still low on ERS, struggling to keep up with the medium runs. I think the softs are just starting to lose out the tyre wear now. The medium tyres just still have a bit of juice left there. The more and more the laps have gone on, the more the softs start to struggle. And the more the medium tyres just started to come back to it in terms of pace. He's got a bit of overthrows, but he's DRS enabled. Maldito sees a bit of ERS himself. He's got DRS himself. Nilly B's got some ERS to play with as well. Maldi has DRS. It is a win for Norris, but we all know that's not really where it's supposed to be. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know. There's not even going to be a podium. I just want to say it's not going to be a podium. Got these guys fighting Maldito around the outside. Bram Nilsson, I done a bit of lag there. And I thought he went onside, but no, a bit further high. Semi will finish in second place. Well, I say second place. It should have technically been a win, to be honest, because we all know it should not be out there. Nick will actually get P3 in the end. Oh, Bram's out! Bram is out! Bram's out of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Oh no! Bram out of the first sector. He has about 6 corners to go, and he's out of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It will be Solid. He will finish in P5. Maldi has some penalties to his name. Solid's just got another penalty actually. Maldi's actually run out of fuel. Maldi stays in P6. Solids will get P5, LD will get P4, Etienne will finish in P7. I don't even know. I got a bit bored with about 5 laps to go, and Bram, Nilsson and Maldi had a bit of battle at the end there. Oh, that was probably the weirdest races I've ever had to commentate, which is only about 25 races, but you know. But I all know that race was buggy. Norris finished, it was a minute and 14 ahead at one stage because of the safety car. He managed to overtake the safety car while 70k was stuck behind it, and it somehow managed down to get about 35. I think he did an extra pit stop, spun like twice. But still won the race by 35 seconds, even though. But we all know this penalty, we all know this podium is pretty much completely irrelevant. Because I don't even know. It definitely shouldn't be Norris in first place, that's for sure. Oh, not saying he couldn't be in first place, but he shouldn't have been 35 seconds ahead, that's for sure. But that was the race. It was a bit dead hard for the race. The safety car actually ruined it. The virtual safety car at the end, near the end there, ruined it even more. So here is your results. Yeah, to look at all those penalties. The gaps are a bit mad, to be honest. Oh no. I'm not even bother going through the results, to be honest. There's no point. Millie B crashing on the last lap. Muddy Dope getting ahead of him. AB solid. Had his own moments. I don't even know. I think it's just a race to. It's just a race to. I don't even know anymore. Oh, die. I don't even know anymore. This has just gone down to the absolute weirdness. I might bring Sammy Key in anyway because he did pretty much win the race. Yeah. Bit of a strange run, but did I have Sammy K as a friend? Oh, Norris is in that pass at the half time. I don't know. Might get all four of them in anyway. May as well. Right. I brought a few of you guys in, as I don't know who to bring into the combox because that race was completely and utterly messed up. So I'm just gonna start anyway, with Semi K anyway. I mean, and I'm pretty sure there isn't much to say. Yeah. So Semi K, well, include you, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, Semi K, boring race for you?
Yeah, it was. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be difficult, but I had the pace, and I even didn't expect it myself. So that's quite nice. But yeah, something weird happened with the safety car because yeah, I don't know. I think it's a glitch. It's unfortunate for Norris because he was just staying out, and everyone else was pitting. So yeah, that's unfortunate for him. But I think for the rest of the race, I drove well and
Yeah.
finished the season in a good way.
Yeah. So I'm not sure the safety car. I think YX could have done something about that because he had a bit of disconnection issues, and he came back at the race start. Obviously, he pulled away. I've had it before
Mhm.
a few times, but I never saw it
Yeah, I think from the beginning
any pro
on,
players.
the lobby was glitched. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw Machado also had a bit of an issue. He was the same as like down in P15 when he was like P8 or something. So I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just one of those weird races. Bug out. I mean, I could go on to Brendan Innocent, but I'm not sure if it's really necessary. But Bam doesn't seem to be.
I'm here.
Yeah. Are you here? Just include your own. You may as well. You are the tier two champion. Obviously, you won it in Brazil. Just I actually want to say about your obviously your pace was actually not as strong as Semi K today. It didn't look like it, even though you did seem to get a bit held up with the danger man during the safety car restart. But it just didn't seem like you had the pace anyway. And then you had that drive-through penalty. Just put one down.
Sorry, what were you wondering?
I said, I said,
I'm gonna be
yeah, I
champion
didn't
next
think
year.
you did.
That's what you're wondering. I'm gonna be champion next year.
It said that you're obviously you didn't quite the pace today. Compared to semi today. I mean, you had the drive-through as well. I say just have a quick run through your race.
Oh, no, I think my pace was actually quite okay. I just got unlucky with getting held behind cars at particular moments. I think I was around the same pace as Sam. Maybe he was 1 or 2 tenths a lap quicker, but if I could have stayed with him, I think I could have stayed within his DRS and fought for the win. I tried to go for an undercut because I saw that was my only option to go for the win, but then I got stuck behind 2 cars in sector 3, which meant I couldn't get ahead of Sam. And then I tried to push it once again on the safety car, on the VSC, and I just went in the red in the last millisecond. I sped by 0.017 of a second, and I got the drive through, and from there on I was just having a bit of a battle with Madi and Solid and just having a bit of fun. But overall it's been a good season. Today was a bit of a shitty one, but I'm happy with my whole season.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird race today, but nevertheless, it's been a great season. Nevertheless, I could call it off here. Any last word? I want to say, Melody. Any last words before we completely finish off season 18?
Thank you everyone that has raced, took part, and managed season 18. It's been a season of high and lows, more lows today, unfortunately. But Sem, great win. Well done to our world champions. Here are Bruno Will in Tier 1 and Bram in Tier 2. That concludes the 18th season of STB. We'll see you next game around about the middle of August for where we do it all over again for season 19. Important announcements are coming out, news is coming out, so stick around.